Welcome to TAP's Industry Analysis TIA Spotlight. 3 questions in 9 minutes. Yes, we're going to keep it really tight, but we'll pack it full with great information. My name is John Ragsdale, co-founder of TAP Innovations, and we have a special guest today, Robert Adams, founder of Chai and Coaching. Thanks for joining our show today, Robert. Before we get started, though, with the questions, please introduce yourself and your company in less than 30 seconds.
Awesome, John. Such a pleasure to be here. Thanks for the invite. Most people just call me Rob, but Robert's fine. Chai and Coaching, I do cross-cultural training and consulting. So I like to help kind of bridge that gap and help people from different places all over the world understand each other. I worked in India for about 8 years doing cross-cultural training and research, and love doing that here in America now. Such a diverse population we have in our metro cities, and also helping international students in their journey as well with their education and professional journey. And Chai and Coaching is an online community to help people do that.
Excellent. We are glad to have you today, especially with that global view and the global experience that you bring to the table. So let's jump right in. As we all know very well, we are experiencing a global pandemic like the world has never seen, COVID-19. So let's start with business challenges that you, your teams, your customers, or your vendors are experiencing. Question number one, what are those new challenges that you are facing since this awful COVID-19 outbreak?
Definitely. So my main role is a consultant trainer. I'm kind of freelance here in Dallas now. But one of the big things is not traveling. And so usually I spend a lot of time traveling on the metro. The next few months, I was supposed to have lots of conferences that I was going to speak at or attend, trainings. I was supposed to be traveling over around Texas just 2 weeks ago at a college station in Houston to be doing in-person trainings. So that's been really hard because it's really hard to teach cultural stuff, communication, relationships, interpersonal skills. There's a lot more benefit to grasp those things doing an in-person training versus virtually or over a phone call. And we're also helping guide a lot of international students, and again, just it's really hard, them being trapped at home, us not being able to see them, go to the college or their apartments. And so and I'm a people person, so it's just hard being stuck at home and not being around friends and colleagues.
This is a new paradigm that we're all struggling with and all challenging challenges with. So I completely understand, Rob. So with those challenges, what are you doing differently that you were not doing before?
Yeah, thankfully, I've already been able to do some things like work from home occasionally or do virtual training. So just have shifted everything kind of that now. My Texas trainings in College Station, Houston, we kind of did a big scramble and pivot last minute to do it all online virtually and still make it really interactive and engaging using all the fun features of Zoom. I've been putting a lot more content out recently online on the YouTube channel and social media to really help people who are studying or looking for jobs and in this really difficult time and trying to be a voice and guide in all the chaos and kind of some hope. And then one thing that me and some friends we're going to do, and we were kind of hesitant, but we're actually going to do this next weekend. We're putting an online conference for international students. And it's going to be hundreds, maybe 1,000 people. And, we're trying to just put all these efforts out to guide, coach, serve, bless these people. And really just trying to still be accessible and make an impact and help people in their cross-cultural journeys professionally here in America.
That's an amazing plan, and I really appreciate, and I'm sure those folks really appreciate all the things that you're doing. Again, trying to be creative, leveraging technology. The need is still there, especially it might even be more of a need to help and outreach to those folks. So great ideas. Well, let me move to question number 3.
Okay.
For the last question, if money and resources were not an issue, right? Think outside of the box, think brainstorming. What would you do differently?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing I would do is I would hire everyone who's graduating this May. I wish I could do that because you wouldn't imagine how many messages I get a day and emails. Rob, what's the economy? What's the job situation? How do I get a job now? I have so many friends who've lost jobs, who've had internships canceled or interviews frozen. And I wish I could just wave a wand and give them all a job. I feel like we're having flashbacks, to 2008, 2009 right now with the economy, and it's scary. Um, Besides that, I would, I was trying to do a lot of online content creation. I would love to hire a team of content creators. Uh, Guys that I really follow, inspire me, are like Sean Cannell or Gary Vee, and they have their content creation teams for their platforms. And I'd love that for Chine Coaching. We'd just be pumping out videos, social media content, blogs, articles, just stuff to really help people, guide people, then also, kind of bring that traffic in and continue to build a business off of that. But there's only so much I can do, and I'm slowly experimenting with kind of outsourcing those things and getting more people to help and hire people to do that, to create more helpful content.
No, that's great. It is challenging. I enjoy doing that too, but you're right. You only have so many hours in the day, and you've got a family and
Mm-hmm.
other things that compete with those hours. So again, having folks to help you with that is something that I would love to do as well. So great
Mm-hmm.
ideas. Well, I'll tell you what, Rob, it's been great, and I appreciate you sharing and taking the time. Hopefully, with the posting of this video, you and we can find ways to implement some of those ideas during this pandemic to help others. Any final comments from you, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, right now, this is where those who are adaptable and flexible are going to thrive. Those who can pivot. For as many posts I see on LinkedIn of, hey, I've lost my job, I'm desperate, I still see people posting that, hey, we're hiring, or hey, I've just started my new job. So things are happening. Some industries are booming, some are struggling. We just might have to look in different ways. Some of our local businesses here are thriving because they've pivoted and found ways to still provide services, and some are struggling. So those who can adapt, think outside the box, shift, this is the time to thrive, and be creative and brainstorm and collaborate. So I just want to encourage people to think that way.
No, that's great. Again, I agree with you, and I'm trying to do the same thing in
Mm-hmm.
my business as well. But what a great idea to reach out and have conversations, be creative, and look for those essential industries, look for those essential things that are on the uptick, and go with those, or seek ways to help those. So great
Yeah.
ideas.
And I think what you're doing now, this initiative, these conversations, is a great way to tap into that. No pun intended, but to reach out, share some information, bless and serve others, and then collaborate and see what happens. So I love this, and thanks for letting me be a part of this.
No, you bet. I'm a big fan of relationships, and then just creating the relationships, and hopefully good things come from those things. So, again, thank you for your time, Rob, excuse me, founder
That's
of
okay.
Chine Coaching, for joining us here on TAPS Industry Analysis TIA Spotlight. Stay safe, 6 feet apart, and healthy, and let's work together to get through this challenging time.